Hey guys, Joe Mezen with Hawkins Sales coming to you again here at Mars Electric for these pre-recorded webinars. In these unprecedented times, we're trying to provide everyone with a resource and a service to keep you informed on new products in the market and products that can help us in these trying times. So today specifically we're going to be talking about Concor. Concor is part of Atcor. Atcor in our area provides a great deal of the MC with AFC, also Allied PVC, Allied tube and conduit, cope cable tray, power strut, unistrut, and then today, Concor fittings. So specifically today we're going to be talking about some new fittings, well, not necessarily new, just a lot of people haven't necessarily seen these yet, and they are something a little bit different, proprietary here to Concor. Now as we go through the video, I always want to remind at the end, we will give you a link that you can follow, where you'll be able to get some sample products, some free product, and we may have some giveaways as well. Today, as a special bonus, in all seriousness with everything that's going on with COVID, there is also the issue of COVID hair. So I have not been able to get a haircut now in 4 weeks. If anyone has any suggestions on how I can take care of this, I will happily give you a 10% off on your next order. So today what we're talking about is Atcor and Concor fittings. Now I would ask everyone out there, how much PVC do you buy that is not bell-ended? My guess is none. So I would pose the same question to you. Why then are you buying straight sticks of EMT and adding your set screw connectors or couplings after the fact? Atcor does offer, with Allied tube and conduit, this incorporated called Quick Fit, which is your EMT with incorporated set screw connector straight out of the box. You're not paying actually any extra for this. The cumulative cost of your set screw connector and your EMT is what you're going to pay for this finished product, but obviously it's the labor and the additional SKU and the receiving thereof that you're going to be saving on. Now, we also offer it in quick couple. You can see we have integrated coupling right onto IMC and EMT for quick assembly right out of the box. But today, what I really want to hone in on is our three-piece coupling. Now, the reason I highlighted the conduit previously is this coupling I'm going to show you is available both as a three-piece coupling as well as integrated right onto your conduit. So this can show up on your job site already threaded onto your conduit. Now, this three-piece coupling, I mentioned, it's a new product, but it's not really new. And what I mean is this was released now, three and a half years ago by Atcor. And when it first came out, a lot of people loved the idea, but they all asked about, can we get it in other sizes? Can we get it in rain tight? Well, today is your lucky day, because now we have it in the full array of size and also available in rain tight. And I'll get to that in a minute. So what this is this three-piece coupling. Now imagine when we're dealing with rigid pipe. What do? You take your coupling and you thread it on your rigid, right? And then you take a second stick of conduit of rigid and you have to turn that entire stick. Not a big deal when I'm holding this little sample of 2.5 inch, but when you actually have a 10-foot stick out in the field of, let's say, 4-inch rigid, you're talking about roughly, 80 pounds, somewhere in there. As a sales rep, arms like these, I'm not turning any kind of pipe like that. So I feel for you guys in the field. Now we have a solution for you. You're going to be able to thread this onto the pipe, and you're actually going to bring your second piece of pipe, and you're only threading the coupling. So you can match end to end without spinning that coupling. Now imagine, that's a huge advantage when you're working outside and working in a trench, but also, what about in a facility, industrial, and you've got pipe that's running up along a wall or up above you? How much easier that's going to be, how much safer that's going to be. Now moreover, as most of you in the know are in the know, anything that is 2.5 inch OD and above is going to be the same rigid versus EMT, and then obviously rigid and IMC are the same. So now you can actually change from rigid to EMT. Now I know, okay, well hold on, that's not threaded. Well, if you get a close-up on this, you can actually see that what we have here is a broken threaded band on one side of this coupling. That broken threaded band there acts as a compression fitting. So what you're able to do is you're able to thread one side onto your rigid pipe, and this other side, it is threaded, so it can go onto rigid pipe, like I said, where you're not spinning the pipe. But now you can also have this go on to EMT or onto cut rigid. Now, why is that a big deal? Think of your three-piece Ericssons. This is going to cost you about 1/3 of the price of a three-piece Ericsson. It's a lot easier. This is right in line with a standard coupling, just a little bit more. You're paying about 5% more for something like this. So, again, to recap, you're able to go from threaded rigid to cut rigid, from threaded rigid to EMT, and you're able to go from threaded rigid to threaded rigid and not have to spin that pipe. Now keep in mind, when you're transitioning from rigid or IMC to EMT, it is in only 2.5 inch and larger, but we do offer this starting in 1/2 inch all the way up to 5 inch. And as I mentioned, we now offer it in rain type, which if you zoom in here, you can see a nice depiction of that green gasket. That is your rain type, also identified by this blue tint, which my eyes, I can't really tell, but it also says wet location right on there. Now we're going to show you a short video of where I think this really proves its point. Now imagine, we do a lot with you guys in prefab, building prefabricated ductwork, PVC, what have you, and now imagine being able to put together a stacked duct of rigid, align these guys end to end in the field, and just turn that coupling. I think this video does a good job of showing that. So remember, at the end, take a look at the link where you'll be able to get some discounts and some free product. And most importantly, everyone stay safe and healthy out there, and hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks a lot.
I'm Jesse Micketts with Lighthouse Electric, and we're here on site today, and they're setting pre-assembled racks. You can see what's done already, and they're in the process of actually going through an expansion joint and then setting them on down through the garage here. So as you can see, these racks come in 10-foot pieces, and when they set them, all the rods are already in place, and they already have had those laid out with a total station. So really it only takes about 4 guys, and there's an operator in that group, and for the most part they can get these done in a timely fashion that we can get the work done a lot quicker than we would if we would have stick built it on site. Now we're in Western Pennsylvania right now. It's only November and it's 26 degrees out today. So it's nice to not have to do a lot of the fine parts in the field. That's all being done back in the logistics where it's in fabrication where it's heated, a little nicer inside. But these 4 brave souls get to come out here and do it in the middle of the night. But they have a lot less parts to work with, and they're able to turn over the racks much faster. They're getting in somewhere between 4 to 6 racks a night, and it's a lot more consistent. There's a lot less material. This parking garage is open during the day, so we have to have all this stuff cleaned up before the next day. So we don't have a lot of stuff staged in the building. It's all able to come in as we need it in pieces. So there's a lot of other videos we've shot on this that you can see leading up to it, but we wanted to show you the final product and how it's actually all working together. So
Thanks again, guys, for watching. Stay safe out there, and as I mentioned, follow the email listed below to be able to get free product and samples as noted earlier in our webinar series here. Love to get some feedback on what you liked, what you didn't like. Save the stuff you didn't like from ours. Tell me all the stuff you liked. Thanks again, guys. Stay safe. Hope to see you all soon.